Okay, question 17. It's unprepared, but let's be logical about it. Work out how much space you've got and allocate a certain amount to pre, a certain amount to during, and a certain amount to post-performance nutrition. You might decide that during doesn't take up as much space because we obviously are not going to eat and drink as much during a sporting event as we would be doing in the days and hours leading up to it and in the recovery phase afterwards. So what are our aspects of nutrition? So you should be thinking hydration, you should be thinking vitamins and minerals, you should be thinking macronutrients like carbohydrates and protein and fats, and any supplementation that you want to talk about. And the two that the syllabus asks us about is caffeine supplementation and creatine supplementation, but we would also call carbohydrate loading, I guess, a form of supplementation. Don't go into any illegal forms, I guess. So think about your answer. In pre, go through all of those things. Is your athlete, now I don't know whether I'm going to make you choose an athlete for this. I could say describe an athlete of your choice, or I might give you an athlete. I might say a bodybuilder, or I might say a marathon runner, or a triathlete, or I might say a discus thrower. So it's either going to be your choice or my choice. And you're going to think before the event, in the hours and days leading up to the event, what is your athlete going to do in terms of hydration, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, supplementation? What are they going to do and why? During the event, what are they going to do? So if they're if they're marathon running, what are they going to do during the event in terms of hydration, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins? And what are they going to do post-performance in the recovery phase? What is it they're trying to replace that they've run out of? Again, talk about hydration, vitamins, minerals, supplementation, macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Okay, so kind of divide it up like that. This will be a bit more than a third, this will be a bit less than a third, and this will be a bit more than a third. So make sure you say what they're eating and drinking and why. What does it allow or what does it prevent? And you can use examples of those if you're feeling like you're really hanging out for those 4 marks. You could talk about how much, like you could do when you're talking about hydration. You could talk about the athlete rehydrating to 150% of the fluid that they lost during the event. Would be a nice little statistic to chuck in there. And the reason why would be because you keep dehydrating after the event. Okay. Oh, I should note, you do not have to mention everything in each section. So in the during event, you don't have to mention, I would probably mention hydration, but you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do fats and proteins and carbs and vitamins and minerals and, although you'll probably do minerals. I can't remember. Okay, long story short, you don't have to talk about every one of those things during each of these phases. You might say talk about 3 or 4 of them here, 2 or 3 of them here, 4 or 5 of them here. That would be fine.